Hey, how's it going? Welcome to the channel and our daily for today, which is October 23rd, right in front of my face. I always look down in my Windows bar there to look for the date when it's sitting right there. Anyway, it's tents and trees today. Let's get our free coins and let's get moving. And how is everybody doing today? Let's jump into, when I was going through all these, there's a lot to do here today. So we're just going to jump right into them. We're just going to start here and go right down the line. We're going to see what we can see. Get my sleeves pulled up so we can get comfortable. Let's see what we got. You, and you must all go in. That gets rid of all of this, forces you guys. Corner, all of this is out. I think this 6 was, just done anyway, so let's put that in. I don't think we can rule in any of those, so let's see what we can do over here. This one has to be in. Don't know if you do, but you guys have to be out because you're going to remove too many options. Plus, these guys are just no-shows anyway. Let's see. You have to go here, so you have to go here. And, didn't mean to hit you. This 4 is done, so let's click on it. Let's do a little bit more cleanup here, and then we'll jump back into what we are doing. You have to go in, you have to go in. And as I see things, I'll put them in. You have to be here. Both of you have to be in. You're out. You are in. No, you. And then you two. 2's done. 2's done. This has to be the last one here. Finishes the 3. This 3 is done. This 1 is done. The 5 is done. Good. Let's see. What do we have in here that we can work with? This 2 is done and this 3 has to be finalized, which means the 2 is done, the 1, 5, 2, and 3. Perfect. All right, on to the second level. What do we got? We got some 6s and 5s here. Let's start looking at those after we do a tiny bit of cleanup up on this side. And down this side as well, we've got that 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, so we can get rid of all of these guys. 6, but we can't do anything there. What about this 6? 7, we can get rid of all of these. And all this stuff that can't go in anyway. What else? We've got, well, these 4 all have to be in. We look at the pattern here. That's a corner. Okay, we can work with this 5 here, because only one of those 2 can be in. One of those, one of those, one of those, and one of those. So that's everything we need. Let's get rid of this stuff, see if that cleaned anything up for us. It does, because we can put these guys in now. Let's get rid of all that junk. That's a corner. All this stuff, you have to just be in. This 3 might be, not quite, but now it's going to at least be partially usable. Finishes the 1. Again, let's pull this stuff out of here so we can see what we've got. Don't see anything in any of those guys, so let's move on to something else. What has, okay, this 5 here. I knew there was something over here, I just had to find it. You have to be out. You're out. Again, we don't know how all these guys are working together, but we can say that you can't be in because you take off all those guys. Anything else going vertically that we can use at this moment? No. No. The 2 we can do a little bit of work with. What about this 5 still? Yeah, we can put you in, which is going to push you and you. Corner. Did that do enough cleanup? It did, because now we can finish the 2, which is going to, I think, finish that 5 as well. Yes, it does. And the 1. And possibly, no, not quite this 5 yet, but corner here, so this is in. 3, 4, 5, only one of those 2 can be in now. So let's see what else we've got going across the board. One of those 2, which we already kind of knew. Not use, not use. We can get rid of these guys here. And see what that does for us. 3's those guys there. The 3 here, we can put you in. Although, again, I don't think we can correlate it back to any of these guys, so we have to find another thing to look at. Okay, this guy can't be in. Does that leave anything for us? The 2, no, still not quite. Okay, let's try to find something else then. What? Oh, you can't ever be in. That's what I need to look at. So that forces you 2. Then one of those 2. Anything else up in here we can work with? Doesn't quite look like it. One of you, 2, 3, 4, 5, not really there. Maybe there's 4 actually, because only one of those can be in. Because we move that guy, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that's what we can do. Although I still don't think we can really work out how these guys are all going together. Because there's too much ambiguousness. That's the word I'm going to use there. But this 3 here will work, and it's going to finish the 4. That's going to finish the 1 and the 3. And this 4 is going to force you guys. This is the 2. This is the 4. This has to be the 1. So these are the 5s. That'll finish the 4. Now that is all taken care of, so we can get rid of these guys. Good. Now, these 2 both have to be in. And then this guy here is in, which is going to finish this guy off. Okay. Perfect. First pack completed. Let's move on to the next one. Was that? Yeah, okay. So we're moving into the 14 by 14 and 20 by 20, and then this one is another one of those small ones that we'll go back to. Let's start with our high digits again. See if we can find anything. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Just means we can get rid of multiples. And we'll do a little cleanup while we're over here. Get rid of all that stuff. Anything in here that looks like it's going to help us right off the bat before we go into some cleanup mode. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, not necessarily. Okay, let's just do some cleanup here. Then we'll regroup, see what we can find. Get rid of all this junk. You, all of you. You and you. Now that might be the extent of what we can do right now. Oh wait, there's one right here we can put in. Just saw that. Just doing a quick scan to see if I can find anything that's just a clear winner. This 4 actually does a little bit of work, because we know one of each of these groupings must have something, so anything that removes them goes away. That now pushes you in. Perfect. That's going to get this little ball rolling. We can finish the 5. You have to go there. The 1 is done, so you have to go in, which means you. You can't ever be in, so you have to be in for you, and you have to be for you. It's going to force you and you. And you. These 2 have to be in to finish the 3. This 1 is done, so let's clear the decks there. That's out. Corner. 1. These both have to be in for the 4 to finish. There's only one more 3, so that's out. This one was out too, so you are in. The 2, we can put that in there and clean that out, and then put these last 2 for the 4, which finishes the 1. Now, what is next on the agenda? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so you are out. In fact, only one of those 2 can be in, so both of these options have to be in. So that does this, and it forces you. Then again, one of those 2 will be, and actually this 2 is going to decide which one it is. That can't be in. Let's clean up these guys going up and down. I didn't look at those just yet, so this 4 can be done. The 3 will be done. This guy will all go together. That 3's done, which pushes you in, finishes that. The 5 has to finish here. One of those 2 will be in. This one here decides which one it is. All right, so I think we're going into the 20 by 20 now for this next level. Yeah, there's a big boy. Let's see what this 7 has to offer. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Of course, it's not quite resolved, but we can get rid of these mid-level guys and all the in-betweeners. Let's try looking at some of these other ones, because we have... Well, let's look at this 8 first, actually. Although I don't know if it's going to be helpful. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6... Oh, it is, actually. Okay. Looked like there was too many options from the get-go, but I was wrong. What a surprise. Let's see, can we work these guys out? You are you, you are you, you are you, you are you, so that's out. Okay. Again, let's do a little bit of cleaning. That can't be in, that can't be in. All of this is out. You can't be in, so you are. One of those and one of those is where we're sitting right now. All right, let's do a little more cleanup in here. And then look again. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So you are out. Again, I think I'm just going to do a bunch of cleaning here. Get this guy spick and span so we can really take a good look at what we actually have. Because I didn't see anything in the cursory view of anything that was just saying, hey, this is in or out. So in a lot of those big numbers, we're seeing a multitude of things that could be. You're a corner, so you're out. Let's see in here. What do we have? Because I think that's most of the cleaning done. There's a couple little scragglers in there, but 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No. 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 This 5 is a little bit helpful, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, so we can get rid of anything that removes multiple options, but that's not the greatest. Let's try going back to our 7s here. I don't think we did much work on them, though. Not even close there. Yeah, we're still at the 8 spot there. Do another quick look to make sure I'm not missing anything obvious here. Just kind of scanning around. And that's a corner. This can never be in because it would remove all options. 6, 7. This one can't be in. These can't be. These can't be. I don't think these two can be either, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, these two can't be in either. Okay. What did that do? Oh, we got one right here now we can do. You and you. It's a little something, at least. And anything else down in here? Don't think so. You're just a nobody. Okay, let's keep going in on our counting here. 6, 7, 8. Yeah, these two are out. You're out. You're out. There's going to be something in here we can do, obviously, but we got to find the little kernel of interest where we can get moving. Not you. Oh, here we go, the 6. Finally found something. We'll get rid of everything that removes multiples as we go through as well. Nope. You're there, so you now have to go here. This guy has to be in for the 6 yet again. We don't know you guys. We don't know where exactly you go. Did that do anything up and down will be my next question. Not necessarily, but the 3 is actually helpful, so let's do that one. That's going to propagate back to the 6 here. That goes there, so that's going to create some work. Good. One of those two will be in, so you're out. Alrighty, what do we have next in line? You can't ever be in, so you and you have to be, which means you and you have to be. That's going to get us down here now. So all of these can be put in. You, and you. 3 is done, so let's pop that guy. That 3, that no, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, the 7 now is reduced enough where we can go about its business. One of those two, that one was going to be out anyway because of that guy. You're there, you're there. No, can't put those together just yet. All right, let's again try to find something Okay, the 6 is back now. Those are good to go, which means this 3 will now finish, and that's going to finish both of these 6s. Now, what did that do for us? This guy here and this guy here are both out, so that's going to push this 2. This 5 has to be good. Yeah, we can put these 2 in, and one of those 2 will be... You're there, you're there, you're there, you're there, so you need one of these 2. But it could be either, really, it looks like. One of the... Oh, the 3 here. Here we go. That 3 will tell us this is in. That will finish the 7. So you're taking on you. 6. These 2 have to be in. One of those 2 will. Again, scanning back up just in case we've got something obvious. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, this 6 now is ready to go. And you. Okay, so you're out, you're in. Now we can figure out what these guys are. You, go to you. You're out. So you have to be in, which means you're out and you're in. Now we know this grouping, because you go to here, you go to here. And I guess we still knew that, so still we can put either or both of those in. 2, 3, 4, 5. So you're out, you are in. All right. That's a corner, so you're out of there, which means now you do have to go here and here. Good. All that seems to be working. Yep, okay. Let's try going vertically now. Yes, because we can get onto this 2, which I think is going to remove all the 7 options. 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, 6 and 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, one of those guys is still there. I don't think we can determine... Well, it's going to be one of these 2, isn't it? Because you go here, and then you 2 are split between these 3, so one of these 2 has to pick up these, and that's going to be the last one in the 7, so you're out. We could also put you in for the 3, and we can just do the 3 itself to finish this off. Okay, there we go. Perfect. Did that tell us anything going this way? 2, 3, 4, 5, yes, because 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So those go away. That's out. The 4 is done. This can't be in because of what it would do to the 3, which then means this is in, and then both of these are in to finish that 3. This 5 has to be done. It is. We'll plop those bad boys in. That means you have to be in, and you, and you. That should finish all the stuff down here. It does. Let's go back up this way. That's done, which now is going to get us into here. And we can finish the 4, we can finish the 3, we can finish the 6. The 2 is done. The 1 is one of those 2. The 6 is one of those 2. The 2 has only one thing it can... We can probably actually do that. Well, maybe not because of this guy. Let's see what this does. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, one of those 2 is definitely in. We can just do the 3. That's the easier way to do it. I was going to say, on the 2 side, we probably only could have put this middle one in, because if we didn't, we would probably have to put 2 of them to finish this guy's off, but there's only 1 space, but we didn't need to. We could do it from the 3 side. That's going to finish all this. It's going to tell us our 6, and our 1. All right, that should be that pack now done. We're moving a little slow, I guess, today, but I guess they were the bigger ones, so let's get into these guys. These are a little bit smaller, so they'll go a little quicker, and then we'll move on from there. Let's just get rid of all this stuff and get right into just plowing through this bad boy. One of those, get all this stuff out of here. That's a corner. 2, okay. These 2 have to be in, you have to be in, so you do. The voodoo, you're out, you're in. You have to go in. Don't know about you just yet, but you're out, so you have to go in. There we go. Now the 2 is one of those, the 1 is one of those. There has to be something here. Yes, that one will set it all off. You're out, you're in, which means you're in. Very nice. All right, let's start with the 5 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, we can just plop all that in. So we will. And we can get rid of everything on these lines. Then jump into these guys. You're all out. Good. Let's see now. Clean up a little bit. And we will move on. All of this is out. You're out. All right, what's the next clue we can use here? You can't be in. One of these two will be, so one of these two has to be, which means you're out. One of these, and only one of these, kind of like that, has to be in. So this one and this one have to be in. That means you're out, you're in. That's going to push you to be that one and this one. And this one. That's a corner. The 1 needs to be finished. The 4 needs to be finished. The 1 needs to be finished. And now we should just have the remainder to put in. Yeah, because you have to go here, then you two have to be in. Good. All right, let's move on to the next pack, which I think goes back up to being some slightly larger ones, but then the no-mos, we have some of the smaller ones, of course, there that we can do. So let's jump into these guys and see what we can get. Start again with our 6s. It's a 7 spot. So we can just get rid of some of these mid guys. Let's jump over to the 5 real quick before we start doing a bunch of cleanup. 6, so these guys all go. Let's see about this 5 maybe. Nope, not even close there. Is there anything that's just a given? Let's do a quick check on that. And then we'll go into our cleanup. I don't see anything right away, so let's jump into cleaning. Good. All of this stuff is out. Thought I misclicked something there for a second, but didn't look like I did, so that's good. Do all this stuff, you and you, all of this goes away. You guys, let's get into this side now. All this stuff can go. I know there's more in here. We just got to find a couple little bits left, and then we'll go down our line. I think that's good enough for now. Let's look at the 6 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it's still the same thing. Okay. Let's see. What else do we have going across in any fashion? Oh, this 5 is now cleaned up enough where we can actually do something with it. So these 3 have to be in plus this guy. And then one of these 2. So those are both out. Let's get rid of all this garbage. Speaking of garbage, my garbage disposal broke yesterday. So, and we didn't know it at first, but it was just leaking water into our cabinetry under the sink. It was an unpleasant smell, let me tell you. And now we've got to get it replaced. Fun. Gotta love home ownership. There's always something to be fixed. Let's see, these guys go here. You have to go there. You're out. And now what do we say here? Oh, the 6 now is cleaned up enough to do a little bit of work. You go away. You are out, so you have to finalize that 6. The 1 is going to be one of those, so you are out. You are just a cleanup boy that we never saw. That's a corner. All right, one of these guys is going to be getting close enough to do something, right? 4, 5, these guys are all out. Not you. Not you. Not you. 3, 4, 5. This guy could go. 2, 3. Okay, the 5 here. There we go. All of these will be in. All of that will be out. Now, one of these 2 will be in, so you're out. You can't be in because you'd remove too many options, so that finalizes those. That's going to do a bunch of work down here as well. Okay, good. Now we've got a little bit more doing. Let's see what that gave us. Again, oh, this one was never in. The 1 here is just done. This 3 is done. You have to go here, so you have to go here. That's going to set some things off. Yep. You have to be in, you have to be in, you're a corner, you're out, you're in. All right, now let's clean back up again. The 4 is done. You go there, you go there, you go there. So 2 of these are in. We don't quite know which ones are yet, but we're getting close to them at least. You're a corner. Let's start looking back again on these numbers. Don't know about you. Don't know about... Oh, the 1 is done, so we can pop that guy. One of those 2. Yeah, I guess we can't really say that one of these 2 has to be in, so we can't use that logic there. All right, what else? You can't ever be in, because again, we'd remove too many options. Well, 2 of these have to be in. Although, oh wait, here we go. We just have a given sitting here. So actually now the fact that I just said at least 2 of these had to be in is the proper terminology, but now it can only be 2. And that one, so these guys have to both be out. So you guys are in. That's going to finish this 4 for us. And it's going to tell us you, and you. The 4 is done. Let's jump down here and get these guys taken care of. That finished this 4. Perfect. You and you have to go in. 1s and 6. This 4 now is good to go. This guy here, here, and here also have to go. So it was a good chunk of those that were in. This is the last 5 here, and that one's just done. All right. 1 more level to go in this pack, and then we'll be on to our no grass, no mow. All right, let's start up here with the 6. It looks like we can get something done here, I think. Yeah, this one's just good to go. So let's do it. Then we'll do all this cleanup, and that probably finished that 2. It does, which may very well clean up this 3 if we just go through the motions here and get rid of the 1s and 1s are done. That's good. There's a lot going on here, so I think we can just kind of roll with the punches now. Corner, corner. You're out, so you can't be in because you killed this 3. And do we have anything else like that we can work with, or do you not actually go into some cleanup mode here? It looks like maybe a little bit of cleanup. There's not a lot of big numbers looking into this guy, but there's a couple of things. Let's go to the 6 here and see if anything jives. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, but we can get rid of at least all of these. And let's continue the cleanup process. And then regroup. You're out. Doop, boop, 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 be-doop, boop. All of you go away. Okay, I think we've got this thing more or less cleaned up. Not you though. Not much doing on these guys. So let's look up and down. Maybe one of these 6s has opened up. That one still no. Yeah, this 6 here. We can do it. Let's hit all these guys. And you can't be in and you can't be in. So now let's see. The 2 here is good now. So these guys can go. You have to be part of that 6. And I don't think that tells us much about the rest of these just yet. There's still options there on the table. Okay. What else we got? You can't ever be in, which is going to force you and you and you. Don't know which one of you are which. You can't, not you, but you couldn't ever be in because of these groupings. You could be one of those 2. Do we clean up anything enough on some of these 5s maybe? The 3 is not quite there. Oh, the 2 is actually helpful. We can get rid of these guys at least. So one of those and one of those has to be in. Didn't do a whole lot, but it was something, I guess. Let's see. Let's go back to the 5s. Yeah, we can do something on this 5, because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So those are out. One of those will be in. These 2 have to be in. And you have to be out because of you. And actually you do as well, so that puts you in. Then you're a corner. Good. Again, one of those and one of those is set. Do we have anything that cleaned up the other way now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So yes, we just have to look at it the right way. One of those two will be in and one of those two will be in. These guys all go away and it has to open up something. There we go. Finally, you go there. That finishes this one, which is going to give us some more work. You have to be in, and you have to be in, which is going to give us that guy. 2, 4, 5. Again, it's one of those two. Are you set here? Yeah, you have to be in. Now, okay, we can do this 6. If we think about what this tree could have. If it were to take on this guy would also have to be in for him. So that would break the 6. So you have to be in, which pushes you. Okay, now this should all kind of open up a little bit here. That's a corner. You can't be in because of the 4, 3, 4. We already said those guys. What about going this way now again? There's, the 3 here is done, which would give us a little bit of an opening here. Plop those in. You can never be in, so you are both in. The 2 is almost there, but not quite. This 2 is almost there, but not quite. What about these last 2 down here? This guy can never be in because it would remove too many options. It's one of you two. We already said that. I keep looking at that one like it's changing, or it's not. What about this 4? Not quite. Okay. What am I not seeing here that's right in front of my face? You there. Got you guys taken care of. Oh, these 2 can't be in because of what the 5 would do. Yeah, because only one of those 2 could be. They're going to push these guys to where they need to be. Okay, there it was. It's going to get all this done. And you, and you. Then this 2 has to finish. This 2 has to finish. That's that pack. Now we'll move on to the no grass, no mow. Okay. We'll do both of these, and we might do this. There's a 7x7, like a 12x12. We'll try to do both of these first. We're getting pretty long on time, so we're just going to do this one alone. All right, so you, and you have to be in for the 3. You, and you have to be in for that 3. You have to be in. Only one more of these can be in for this 2, so it has to be this one, and that finishes that guy. Good. Let's try the 8x8, and we'll be out of here. The 3s, I don't see anything. Well, 1, 2, 3. There's a couple of things here maybe we can work with. Let's think about them a little bit more, though. One of those kind of things. What about this 2? One of these 2 has to be in for you, which means one of these 2 has to be in. I don't think that says much, but it'll tell us something about this 2 here. Because if one of these 2 has to be in for this guy, this can't be in. So all 3 of these are out, which means one of these 2 and this one are in. Which means you go there. If one of you 2 is in, this one can't be in, so you go here. One of those 2, that could still be either one there. Okay? Did that change the equation anywhere else? You can't be in now because of one of those 2. Did that mess with our 3 at all? 1, 2, 3, 4. No, not quite. No, it doesn't mean you're out. Thought it might. You could still be in, I think. Anything on this 2? No, because 1, 2, 3 options. Well, I guess if one, no, it doesn't do that. that one and that one. So these two are definitely out. The 0 had removed all of these. Maybe there was something with that 0 I could have gotten right away, because none of these can be in. And so that means, one of those two, and that one are options. This 2, we said one of those two is it. You can't be in. You can't be in, but you, or you could all be in. All right, this one's not going as easy. I'm just missing one little bit of logic that can get me into the end zone here, but struggling a little bit to find it. We know one of those two will be in. Does that help us? Not necessarily. You actually can't be in. Now that I look at this one, because if you are in, that means it has to go to this tree, which means this one also has to be in for this one. So you are out. Does that help us? That means one of these two, but If you can't be in, one of these guys, and you're not in, so it's one of these two that's in. Okay, maybe that helps us, because didn't we say one of these two had to be in? But if one of these two has to be in, this one can't ever be in. So yes, this one is in. That means those are all out now. And we said, no, that still is one of those two. So one of these will, okay, only one of these two can be in for this guy now. So one of these two has to be in for this guy. This guy can't be in anymore. So that's 1, 2, 3. Which means this is what's occurring here. Okay, that has now finished these ones. What about this one? Out, 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 out. So one of these two will be in. We know this one can't be in because it would break this guy. So this is what's in. Okay. Now we know one of those two is in. These guys are done. You can't be in, you can't be in. Okay, so it's this one and one of these two. So this one is in. Again, one of those two has to be. One of these two has to be in, and one of these two has to be in. So this one can't be in. So that means this guy finishes here. Now let's think about this one, because I think there's only one place we can go, which is here. Which means this guy needs to go here. So you are there, you are there. Again, we know one of these two and we know one of these two. We know, well, this one then can't be in because I would force both of these. So that means this 3 has to finish here, which means this goes like this and this. There we go. Okay. All right. We got there in the end. Yeah, we're a little long today. Like I said, it seemed like things were moving really slowly for some reason in terms of the solves, even though it didn't really. I guess we had a couple of big boys, but we're at 40 minutes here, so that's well over what we normally do. Anyway, that was Tents and Trees for October 23rd. Hope you all enjoyed that one, and we'll see you tomorrow. Have a great day.